Wind is calling, stand for something or die in the morning.
A flock of blind sheep allowed their shepherd to lead them wherever they went in life. It wasn't until the shepherd led them over the cliff, and as they plummeted towards their death, they realized they had been living their life all wrong. I dare you to allow yourself to see the truth.
There are a lot of things in this world, seen and unseen, the unknown, that you have no control over. What you do have control over is your future.
It's time for a change, and nobody wants to step up. So here's Dimes.
Understand that you more harm to yourself than he could ever be. Relax. You're gonna be fine, bro. You're gonna be fine. Relax.
Will we continue to chase the success that comes in the form of paper, or the real success that comes in the form of a life?
Dimes, a band of brothers who is rooted from Mother's Nature, raised by Father Time to express their unique cognitive intellect on social media.
What's the word? We back and we better. Don's podcast, deep into the mind's existing simultaneously. You hear the time to drop down.
Time to drop down. Hey, it's your boy CEO Prince.
It's your boy Peculiar.
And we here with another episode.
Back at it again.
I ain't gonna lie, we lost the last episode. Well, I lost the last episode. Man.
It's in the archives.
Yeah, we gotta find it. Once we find that memory card, we on you.
In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and replace this episode with the last.
Yeah, when we find out, we'll find out. You feel what I'm saying? But until then, sorry about that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It was a dope podcast too. Mm-hmm. That was a real dope one. So what we talking about today, though, bro?
Today we're gonna give the floor to my guy, your guy, CEO Prince for the day. Mm-hmm. He recently just had a child. Yeah. Young goat in the making.
March 24th, man. Mm-hmm. Same day as my girl, I had a jit, man. That's crazy, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I had a jit. I'm about to call him CEO Prince, but baby Prince. March 24th, 2021. You know what I'm saying? It's a different experience. So I guess we're gonna talk about fatherhood. Alright, you feel me?
Growth and all that.
What you got?
Evolution in life and all that.
You got
good
questions?
Stuff. Yeah, I do have some questions.
What's up then, dog? Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I only been a father for like a good 4 months.
Mm-hmm. I imagine in that time span though, it's still a lot has changed.
Yeah. A lot has changed. Like my whole outlook on like life has changed. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like now you like every time I do something, I have to make sure that I'm doing the right thing because I have a mouth to feed. You know what I'm saying? I can't take as many risks as I took when I was, you know what I'm saying, young and out here and free, you know what I'm saying? No girl, no kid, no nothing. I can't move the same way.
No, you have responsibility.
Yeah, I got responsibility. Like somebody that's counting on me, you know what I'm saying? If I don't do it, then somebody else gonna have to do it for them, you know what I'm saying? And as a father, you don't want nobody else to take care of your child for you, because then it's just not the manly thing to do, you feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not especially in the black community, like we need all our kids to have their father in their life, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have to, and we won't speak about this on another episode, but even if you're a stepdad, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you take on that role, that's your role. But if you ain't known that, then just stay away. But we need, like, these young men to have their fathers in their life, you know what I'm saying? And these young ladies, too, need to have their fathers in their life, for sure. Mm-hmm. But from my own experience, like, I feel like these young men need their fathers more than anything, because I remember with me growing up, with my time in high school, when I needed my father the most, you know what I'm saying, it was a lot of going on between him and my mom, so I ain't have him like that, and I know how that affected me. Not saying that my father was a deadbeat, but when adults get into these feuds, bro, you don't have nothing to do with it, you feel what I'm saying? You just a child in the middle of a broken relationship, you feel what I'm saying? And even if my relationship was to break, I don't want it to affect my child, you feel what I'm saying? And that's one of my biggest like goals and tasks in life, is to make sure like my son don't feel what I felt coming up as a boy, as a man in this world, when he needed his father the most, and how, you know, the feud between relationships can affect that relationship you have with your parents. So I try to stay as close as I can to Prince, because I want him to always know, like, you can come talk to me. I can teach you what you want to know. Or if I don't know, I know how to get you the information of what you're trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, women are good, like all kids need their mom in their life too, you feel what I'm saying? But the dad brings about a different moral, a different attitude, like a different raising than a mom would. Because a mom will be more soft-spoken with you, more protective, and more, you know what I'm saying? A father, he'll let you fall and get back up, and you have really, like, man, you can walk up. Mom be like, oh my God, my baby, you okay? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like with a father, it's a lot more real world love when it comes from a father. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all we really know. Like we not women, so we not really emotional like women are when it comes to certain things. So if you see like your son fall or your daughter fall, as a woman, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you won't get up.
So what you're saying is that like it's good, vice versa, like for a daughter to have their mother in life as it is for a son to have his father in life, because it's a direct image of a similar version of self.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and it's a direct vision of the world too, because your dad will be most likely be the one to give it to you brutally honest, like raw. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's more on the lines of, because growing up for me, like, you know, my mom was there. My pops, he was around, but he wasn't as
that's how I felt. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's much easier to come to your father and talk about a certain situation. Say like little things. My mom used to tell me when I was a kid, like, whenever you lose your virginity, you know, just come and tell me, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
You know yeah. Even though I knew I could, I always talk to her about anything. It's a little different talking to a woman about.
Exactly.
You know,
it's different even with me as a parent talking to Domo about sex. That I'll have to talk to my son about.
Yeah.
I'd be like, look, sooner or later I'm gonna have to tell him anyways. Well, I'm not hiding from him. But she's more like, no, he's not ready for that. He gotta be old enough. But you don't know when he old enough, bro. Cause it seems like these little girls getting faster and faster. You get what I'm saying?
And I'm not gonna say that the girls are getting faster. I feel like society and stuff is picking up at a pace where it's like you just have to. Me personally, if I was to have a child, I feel like I would communicate with them what sex is at a young age. Just so they can, especially besides like children moving too fast or what someone deems.
But that's
too
what
fast.
I'm saying. So like when I say fast, I'm not saying that they're raised to be fast, but I ain't gonna say fast. I'm gonna say curious.
I'm with you. But I'm saying besides that entirely, I want them to be aware, like just in case predators, you know.
Yeah.
I gotta drop my kid off at school. I gotta take my kid to daycare.
Be aware
I
of
want
surroundings.
so to know what is and isn't okay. And I feel like when you keep them in the dark,
somebody else will bring them to the light, and if they bring them, it ain't gonna be what you wanted them.
Your ideal version of how you would
Exactly.
like for them to be introduced to.
Because they can manipulate them, because that's not their child. So most people don't really care as much about your child as much as you do. So when it comes to them learning and them trying to figure things out and learn this world, I feel like it has to be you or the mom that tells them, bro. Because if you let the world, the teacher, the principal, or their aunties and uncles tell them, they don't really care too much about what happened to them. You get what I'm saying? They're just relatives or friends and family. You feel what I'm saying? So
And no matter which way we push it, no matter which way we try to manipulate the situation, parents themselves, it's just an undeniable bond between that child. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That child will always love you because you are their father. You are their father, and she is his.
And I think, I ain't gonna lie, like at his age, like he's 4 months, right? I feel like they are so sensitive to everything. Like they pick up everything so fast because they don't know where they at. They don't know who they are. They don't know how to talk. So all they know is images and who helps me when I need it the most. Who, like, if I have a problem, like if I boo-boo on myself, if I pee on myself and I feel it and they don't feel good, who comes to help me the most? You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like at that point is when they figure out who truly there for them. So if you stay at that point up until they grown, them kids will always love you like forever. You feel what I'm saying?
And not that I'm a parent, you know what I'm saying? I can't physically speak on it because I have yet to participate in going half on a child.
Yeah.
But I feel like
so just take your time. All I gotta say, boy, hey, look, if you ain't got no kids, take your time, man. Ain't no rush. Trust me, bro.
That leads me to my first question. My first question would be, if it was anything to tell somebody with a child, like a newborn, a newly father, or an old father, what's something that you grasp from fatherhood? Something like one of the most important things that you can think of.
Sacrifice. I feel like as a father, the first thing you have to do is sacrifice yourself. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be some times where you have to get up at night when you don't want to get up. It's gonna be some times where you got to spend your last on something for your child. Like that just is what it is. You have to be able to be selfless. You know what I'm saying, and think about who the responsibilities. So I feel like that's one of the most important things. You gotta be willing to sacrifice, a lot of things when it comes to fatherhood.
I agree with that selflessness.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people, not to say that most people entirely, but a lot of people, they have children, right? And I don't think we give as much thought into children as we do into things like other commitments, like careers, marriage.
Yeah.
There's so many people out here who just have kids senseless. They don't really think on the matter. They just pop out child. They don't really vet who they have a child with, or like they're not considerate of the situation they're in when they're having a child. I feel like that is one of the most important things like we could ever do in life is give birth to children. You know what I'm saying? It's like
multiply.
We're really,
especially if you're a good person.
Yeah, we're determining the generations or the future of the world. You know what I'm saying? By who you have a child with, what you teach your child,
who you have a child with
child.
Is the most important thing that you should pay attention to in life. Like, as a male, like we all have slept with. As males, let's be real, we don't slept with a lot of women throughout our life. You feel what I'm saying? Especially me, like. When I was 28, I was like 7 years old. When my dad was 28. You know what I'm saying? But me, like, my whole 20s, I was lit. My dad wasn't lit like that his whole 20s. You get what I'm saying? So his first try, he bombed jet. We done went through that whole decade, bro. Yeah. No kids.
That's another reason why it's important to have a father in like to teach him to put on the condom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wrap it up. Definitely.
Definitely,
that's one thing that I make sure I participate in, wearing the condom, bro.
Hey, look, and as long as you never take that condom off, you don't have nothing to worry about.
You got nothing to worry about.
Don't get a taste of what it feels like, and then try to go back. Don't do that.
Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie, you gonna start letting some shit slide sometimes. Cause I ain't gonna lie, cause it's gonna be like case by case. It's gonna be like, okay, I know this, let me not do it. That's gonna be. But she fine, thick, they got a thing back there for you, and you ready, then you might, and you ain't got no strap, you might just go ahead and just go. Especially if she about to go to sleep and you ain't got and you ain't got no gate code or nothing. You on the phone until you get there. You feel me? And you like, and she like, you got a condom? You like, oh shit. Yeah. You got no condom. Like, nah, baby, but look, man, I'm good. You good? And then next thing, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
If you're gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you late in the age you can.
Yeah.
Cause listen, everybody know what happens when you have sex.
Yes.
The purpose of sex is reproduction.
And pull a knot, and that pull out.
That ain't no method. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't no method, bro. Pull out is not a method, dog. Like,
listen, just never take the condom.
You might pull out too late. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, too late ain't nothing but a split second. You know what I'm saying? So,
not to mention, like, pre-cum is a mug too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One thing I would, if there's any young kid out there watching you, keep that condom on.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you young, man, like, enjoy it.
It's not worth it.
Use, like,
STDs is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Forget about unplanned pregnancies. You can really change your life, and you can have a financial burden strictly from having sex.
Yep.
All that medication, that costs. You know what I'm saying? All those treatments, that costs.
That costs.
To prevent yourself against something that's...
Even the cure, if you get like small things like chlamydia, syphilis, that shit costs a cure, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro,
and they put you out of commission. It's just not worth it. Wear a condom.
Yeah.
Wear a condom until you're financially stable enough to have a child. Or you're ready to have a child.
And one thing I ain't gonna say we did that though, bro, because, bro, like...
We made it later than age.
Yeah, we did it, and I'm good. I'm so glad God did not give me a child like earlier, 18, 20, 21. Honestly, I wouldn't have made it, bro. I probably would have been a deadbeat, bro. Cause all the shit I went through, I couldn't go through that shit with a child.
And at that time, you were a child yourself.
Yeah, it did exactly.
It's so difficult to raising a child, being a child. You know what I'm saying?
When you just walked out them high school gates. Nah, bro, that shit ain't.
Forget that, man. We know people in middle school having kids. Shoot, I knew a woman.
It was girls at high school having kids.
You know what I'm saying? She was in 9th grade, her jit was 5. That man wasn't mathing. You know what I'm saying? Or she was in the 10th grade, her jit was 5.
What?
Yeah, so you can get pregnant at any age. You can get pregnant elementary.
Well, yeah, well, females
once a woman have her
that means she had to be doing it with a dude in high school because a dude can't produce until he
that's
like.
not necessarily true either.
And when can males start producing?
Whenever it's
I thought like 16.
No, it's just different ages.
Cause you shooting dogwood at a certain
for a
point,
little while, but eventually people kiss in and you start
Uh-huh.
elementary. There be kids in elementary, middle school having children.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, man. The best thing I can tell you to do is strap up and be careful who you have kids with. Like, trust me, I know how. I ain't gonna say how fun it is, but I know how pleasurable it is to go and hit a couple thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I know how it is, but be careful. Like, I done seen people get in some horrible situations, bro, where they done, you know what I'm saying, did they thing. Ended up with a neighborhood thought having they shit, you know what I'm saying? Now your whole life, you gotta you can't start over, bro. This your only life. So once it happened, that's who you is forever. You know what I'm saying? Until you die. So do you want to have the only girl in the neighborhood that let everybody smack to have your shit? Nah, you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So if you gonna hit that, you need to make sure you strap up. You know what I'm saying? Because trying to be a father to a female that ain't got no morals, no drive, no hustle, no goals, no life, you stuck with that for life. Even after 18, dog, I feel like you stuck with that. You know what I'm saying? Because your jit won't come to you, at a grown age talking about, man, my mama out here doing this, my mama out here doing that. Now you just like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying, bro? You don't want that. Like,
I think, but I agree with majority of everything you said except for the thought thing. On account of, I don't believe in hoes.
Why y'all don't believe in that, bro?
Because personally, I feel like we're all put on this earth, just me and you. You know what I'm saying? No real set plan, no real design, or no real rules to follow. So we all out here just trying to figure it out. So I dare not judge somebody else for the way they live, and just because it's not necessarily.
But you gotta say though, for you to have sex with this nigga and the one across. That's crazy.
You can't tell me that you would have sex with this woman and
I'm
her best
a male,
friend.
though.
I don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like fucking is fucking. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock anybody for fucking.
My thing is this is my thing. Like, to see my son with two girls in the bed, and then to see my daughters in the bed with two guys. You get what I'm saying, bro? It's like,
look,
hold on, bro.
I'm a man. I understand what you're trying to say, but I feel like we have to program ourselves.
One side is a train, the other side is an orgy.
Actually, they're saying now that both sides are threesomes.
Oh, but I ain't gonna lie, two niggas, that's a train on a female.
Think about it. But what if it's two men, they're bisexual, and then the woman is like me?
I don't believe in bisexual.
Frank Ocean bisexual.
I don't think that's a thing. Like, once you like niggas, you're gay forever. Like, you're supposed to like girls, so that's the correct way to do.
Nah, Frank Ocean bisexual.
No.
Yeah.
No, he gay.
No.
He's gay.
No, he's bisexual. It's a different. I mean, sure, it's somewhere along the spectrum. I'm not really sure how you classify it.
I'm not saying nothing wrong being gay. I'm just saying that's gay. That's what it is.
I'm saying I'm a believer in being bisexual. I know some bisexual women, and if women can be bisexual, and
I don't think women can be bisexual. Either gay or
you don't never met a woman who like women and who like men.
But on a normal,
how do you think men have threesomes? You think a woman? There's no way a straight woman, completely straight woman, can have a threesome with another woman and enjoy it. It's not possible. So if your girl is constantly asking you for threesomes, she clearly likes women. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a stigma in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Society allows every other race, every other gender to do and identify as whatever they please.
Yeah, that's true.
But us, we're in a magnifying glass. Yeah. Black men are not allowed. That's why so many black men be living a lie, really liking men, but don't be saying anything because the societal pressure puts against them. And then that's how they end up betraying some woman, tricking them into
my thing is with that, like when I said there's no something about bisexual, I'm saying like, okay, when you bisexual, you like men, like as a male, you like men and women. You feel what I'm saying? But on the regular side, like you will always like you like female, like you like I ain't gonna say you like female, but you love what's between their legs because you would insert into a guy, but back butthole, right? It's a difference, but it's really no different. You are looking for that pleasure to stroke your penis as a guy. Bomb, same thing with females. They want something inside them. They want something to mess with the clit. They just don't want it to be a guy. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't think it's too much of
I think so.
I think it's more of your gender more than anything. You feel what I'm saying?
I won't touch on the gender thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know enough information.
I don't think think about it. I don't think dykes are gay. They like fake penises. The same thing, just that's not coming from you.
Which one dykes?
The ones that like to dress up as guys, but like girls.
Oh, okay.
And as a male, you like to do the same. It's the same thing. It's just that who you're doing it to. You feel what I'm saying? So either way, you're a gay.
I feel like live y'all life. Just make sure y'all live.
Oh yeah,
true.
definitely.
You know
Live your life to your fullest. You feel what I'm saying? Like I see a lot.
My point was though, what I was trying to say is, I don't think that we should like try to identify or define somebody else's life, because that's what leads to them like not really being their true selves. And that leads to those around them being hurt, and if not, them either hurting people around them or them hurting themselves.
Because they feel like everybody against them. I feel that, but like I can't hold a conversation with a gay person or a bisexual person.
Yeah, me too.
I can talk to. We can sit down and talk.
We can
do a lot of things together. But my thing is, bro, I can't.
Good friends.
Yeah, they make good friends. But my thing is, I don't accept that kind of activity because that's not what I'm on. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the only difference. And I feel like everybody should have that preference of what they like, what they don't like.
But I don't think what I'm saying is I don't think it's like I feel what you're saying. Like we all should like what we like.
Yeah, like okay, like I have a child. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna raise him to be who I want him to be. I'm gonna raise him to be who he wants
best
to be.
version of himself.
Yeah, but that's of him. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they named him Eric Rivers III, because I'm like, look, you came in this world. You know what I'm saying? You gonna live your own life, you're your own being. I'm gonna give you your own name. You can be whoever you want to be, and I'm gonna love you regardless, unconditionally. You feel what I'm saying? And that's my whole thing. Oh shit! I thought I was a spider. But yeah, that's my only thing. So like, people be like, oh, like Dwayne Wade, like his son gay, but bro, that man can't stop loving his son. Like,
it's his child.
That's his child, bro.
I always said that.
That's his child. Like, I can't turn my back because you decide. All I can do is teach you what I know, not what I think, what I know, and that's it. And the only thing I know about being gay or bisexual is if you have sex with the same sex, you can't produce a child. Yeah. And that's the only thing.
And so you're saying like you're not against it, you just wouldn't necessarily promote it to your children.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But if that's him, if that's who he want to be, then that's him. Yeah. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Once I do my part, that's it.
That's one of black women's favorite questions to ask you. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many times a woman has asked me, a black woman personally, to be distinctive, say, like, what would you do if your child was gay? Because
I'm going to love them.
Yeah, because a lot of black men, they normally respond in a certain way to it, like, oh, nah, my kid ain't going to be gay. That ain't happening with me.
Yeah, they do that.
That's just something that you have no control over.
That's something, like, my thing is, I feel like our moms and dads, because our generation don't really do this. Our generation, that we're more open to our kids and free with our kids. But my generation, I felt like our whole life, like when I went to my auntie house in Florida, and she seen Prince and she seen Domo, the first thing they said was, oh, you know your grandma would want y'all to be married if y'all are in the house together. Y'all know y'all shacking, blah blah blah. But my thing is that's not true though. That don't make us shacking. What if we married in our hearts? What if we love each other without the paperwork? What you're talking about is paperwork. That don't define the fact that I love this female. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom and dad was married. Look at where they at. Matter of fact, it made it worse because it wasn't able to leave freely. You feel what I'm saying? So,
what works for y'all works for y'all.
Exactly.
People always often try to input their own beliefs.
That generation, our parents, they always try to force what they want upon you. Oh, I want you to play football. I want you to play basketball. I want you to go to the league. I want you to be a doctor, a lawyer. And
they push it on you.
None of them never told me, oh, you can be a YouTuber and make a lot of money. Oh, you can do this. What do you like to do? Nobody never asked me, what do Eric like to do? You feel what I'm saying?
That's deep.
No, not like, and I'm not saying because my parents didn't ask me, they not good parents, but they never took the time to say, what do you like to do? And then start me from there so I can develop my skill set so I can become successful in this, while I can do what I want to do in life.
So then I ask you this, what's two things that you learned from your parents as far as Either things that you won't do or will continue to do that they taught you growing up?
Me and Dumbo talked about this the other day. I'm not gonna beat my child with a belt or a switch or with my hand. I'm not gonna do that. There's other ways that you can communicate with kids. You get what I'm saying? Because that kind of behavior strikes the domestic violence in the future. It strikes the anger. I feel like that strikes my anger a lot because I always got a whooping. Like I was one of them kids, but a whooping don't work. It just makes me more mad. You feel what I'm saying? So
You gotta know your child.
yeah, you gotta know your child. You gotta know how to communicate with your child. You gotta know how to communicate with people. Period. I feel like people feel like because these 2-1 years old, it's not a person. It's a human being. It just can't talk and walk. Is not as experienced as you are. That's the only difference, bro. That's the only difference. Cause I would sit in that room and I would talk to him, and I'm pretty sure he trying to understand a little bit. But if I keep talking to him about the same thing over and over and over, he'll start understanding. He'll start replying, and that's how it works.
Exactly, I agree.
And I know Google Gaga. No, we have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? As if he's talking back to me.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And I kind of use body language to reply or to talk to him, but I try to talk regular words so he can be intelligent enough to understand.
They say that baby talk starts to the growth, the development of the child.
Because you're talking gibberish. That's not even a language.
It's not a language.
It's not a language.
If
You know what I'm
anything,
saying?
confusing that child by the way you're talking. I believe in that too. So, what are some of those ways that you would sub out beating? Like, what would you do? Just in case
Time
somebody
out.
else will,
Taking away certain privileges. Because that's what they do in real life. Like, if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. You get fired. You know what I'm saying? You got that. What that is basically going to sit in the corner and not be able to do anything until you find another job. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's one way. Another way is communicating and showing them the correct way, taking the time out. Because I feel like as our parents, they work so much 9 to 5 and on the clock that they was never able to actually take the time out themselves, come home and teach us after they was done with work. Like my mom and my dad never came and sat down. Like maybe on car ride they'll probably give me a little lecture, but at home they never sat down and talked to me and taught me the right way to do some of the things I was doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? That just is what it is. And so I feel like that's one of the things that I got to do with my child. Make sure I communicate better with them when it comes to discipline and things like that.
Because even if you beat a child with no real set agenda, like I won't lie to you, I used to get a beating when I was a child. You know? That's what they believe in. But always before my mother would beat me, she would explain to me why she was beating me. You know? She would give me a description that I would explain to you, like you shouldn't do this, this, and this, but still yet you have done this and this. So at some form of way, I have to show you, you know. There are consequences to going against what it said. And so,
but I heard this a lot that kind of makes sense, but you're kind of taking on that slave mentality when you beat your child.
Because that's how they put us in check.
That's how they put us in check. So we kind of use that same mentality of like, okay, yeah, since that worked for us, let us do it to our children. No, I can't. No, bro. Like I'm not a slave owner. I'm a father. Like I'm not gonna be out here beating you. But for number 2, one of the things I'll do different is I'll spend more time with my child. Like I feel like people feel like because they work 9 to 5s and this and that, they can't spend time with the kid. Well, my thing is, what's more important, right? Your career that's gonna give you a salary and pay you well.
You pretty much have strictly to make sure that you and your child are well.
Yeah, or that, or you know what I'm saying, you can find other ways of income so that you can spend more time with your child and to do this and that. And then I felt like if I'm gonna work a 9 to 5, right, it has to fit a schedule where I'm still able to spend time with my kid. You feel what I'm saying? Like back in the days when I was working at like Champs or something, right? We'll be at work, like if I chose a shift, you know what I'm saying? Like if I chose the morning shift, right? Sometimes they'd be like, oh, you want to stay later? Knowing I'm already not making enough. So in my head, I'm like, damn, like I want to make more money, so I got to stay later. Then staying later might end up being 12 o'clock at night. So I done spent from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. at this store, and I never got a chance to go home, go to sleep, doing none of that. I don't want to live that same life, you know, as a father. Like I don't want to live like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like even when like Domo right now, so when Domo see me here with him, she be like, oh, I miss him. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, she got to take care of her responsibility as a mom and go make the money, you know what I'm saying? But at that same time, me and him are building a stronger bond because he sees me all the time because I'm right here. When I go run my errands and I handle my business, he's right there. So even as he get older, he gonna see his dad, you know, trying to run businesses, trying to build business, trying to learn about business, and trying to get this, you know, trying to get right. And I feel like that's gonna rub off on him. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. You feel what I'm saying? Because no matter what he want to do, he can do the same thing I do, but with what he want to do. Even once he gone, like you see, I got Prince Sneaker Care, the Prince Closet. I can pass that to him, and he can have that to use to himself. You know what I'm saying? So that's the two things I do. I spend more time, and I won't whoop him.
Right now.
Yeah, that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you want to.
Yo, I clean sneakers on the daily. I know how hard it is to find replacement laces for your Air Jordan 1s, your Yeezys, your Ultra Boosts, and you know a couple of other things you probably have in your, you know what I'm saying, your closet. So look, I have the perfect website for you, alright? I want you to go to the description below and click the replacement laces link that I put in my description, and you can shop this website right here. They have all the best. Look, let me show you. I'm gonna put you on real quick. Let's go to laces. Look at these black 3M. Don't even like the Yeezy laces. You know what I'm saying? White Jordan 1 replacement laces. Like, you know, we got the rope laces for the 11s. Like what you need. Like, let me know what you need, man. You got the off-white laces. The not the off-white, but the, you know what I'm saying, off-white style. And look, they have all the laces you need, and they also have accessories like aglets. So if you want to do the gold tips on a neon, like whatever you want to do, reflective, like, you know what I'm saying, anything you need. And they also have things on sale. This is my favorite place because over here is where you can get a lot of good laces and customize your sneakers you already have. So look at all these beautiful laces right here that you can get for $1.95. All I need you to do is go to the description below and shop in this link right here.
All right, yeah, what you said was something real. So as far as parenting goes, so because we're gonna treat it like a mini lecture, we're gonna treat it like a half day.
Yeah.
Last words about parenthood, or being a father, or just anything that you care to touch on before we get up out of here.
Well, first, you know what I'm saying, based off what I be seeing on the internet and stuff like that, right? It's not okay that your child know how to do every damn TikTok, but can't count to 10. like your child can do every TikTok, but can't count. That's not okay. You know what I'm saying? I see, like, even with my own family, I see that when these kids scream and yell for phone, they automatically give them the phone. No, bro, like, give these kids books. You know what I'm saying? Give these kids crayons, coloring papers, and make them be creative. You know what I'm saying? Because if you continuously get them a phone, this stuff is brainwashing. Like, we're brainwashed by it already. Everything that we do, we gonna pick up this phone in. Like, every 5 seconds, no matter what we doing, bro, we can be at work, we gonna just make sure we ain't got a message. Like, I don't think that we should raise our child in that way, our children in that way, because it's gonna just handicap them more. But I feel like we should allow them to be more creative, so when they do get these devices, they can be creative with it, and they make them money and not be a hindrance to them. You get what I'm saying? Not be a slave to it. Because I feel like most of us, like even myself, like sometimes I find myself scrolling too long when I got stuff to do. I'll be in the middle of editing a video, then somebody will message me, I'll look, then I'll scroll to Instagram, then I'll scroll to Twitter. And it ain't nothing really there for me. I just being nosy, all because I have the access. I'm not gonna give my child that same access so quickly to hop on the phone and play games, hop on the phone and do TikToks. Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Teach the kids how to be creative. Teach them how to write. Teach them, you know what I'm saying? Teach them how to use their mind. Because this is called AI, artificial intelligence. You get what I'm saying? So it's gonna come a time where you don't even gotta know multiplication. Well, you don't gotta know multiplication. I heard they let you use the calculator on the test. It's bum 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 bum. Some kid, bro, bum bum bum. I already know in my head. And you want your child. I feel like I want my child to be advanced like that. You get what I'm saying? Because one day these gonna get too advanced and they're gonna start doing shit I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Also, like, as far as any addiction in life, most people gain addictions during their childhoods. Until a certain part of our brain develops, I forget the part of the brain that it's called, but I usually have around 18. We're very susceptible to being succumbed to addictions. So you want to lessen the addictions that you give to your child.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before I go?
Nah, man, like, I do got one last thing to say, and I'm out. You feel what I'm saying? To all the fathers out there, like, I know it's probably hard dealing with the female you're dealing with, but I just want you to keep fighting, like, to be in your children's life. Like, if you can, just continue to fight, like, because at the end of the day, these kids gonna grow up one day. They're not gonna be 2 years old, 1 year old, 3 years old forever. They're gonna grow up and see who the problem was, especially if you fought for them all that time, and they're gonna really appreciate that. You're gonna really reap the benefits from it. You may not reap the benefits from it now, but if you keep pushing, you know, at this age for them, you'll be good. But that's all I gotta say. Just keep fighting for your kids. Keep being there for them.
I agree wholeheartedly. My take on it is, well, things I want to say on the episode, because I know I didn't speak that much. But things I would say, if I was talking to anybody, no necessarily person out there, if you're going to have children, like, be cognitive of your child, you know? And your child did not ask to be here. At no point in time did a little baby come in your ear and say, please bring me into this world. You chose that decision. And since you chose that decision, it is now your responsibility to do everything that it takes to make sure that child has the best life that it possibly can. You no longer have time to be selfish. I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's not possible. You have real life responsibilities now. And so you gotta learn to put yourself aside for your child. Because
you gonna need them to do it for you when you get older.
It's a circle of life. You know what I'm saying? And those of you who aren't fathers, but you have taken on the father role in any form or fashion, you know what I'm saying? Because me myself, I don't necessarily have a child. I never went half on a child, but I do feel like it's people in this world that look up to me.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. No matter who around, even the little kids you see on the street, even
if you hang around your homeboy
who got a kid,
Yeah.
Everything you do now matters. You know what I'm saying? It's all one big circle. You know, reach one, teach one. Everything is connected. So
that's facts.
Even if you have no real ties to this child, once that child is in your life, you are now held accountable. Because if something goes wrong with that child didn't come out the best way he or she could have. You had a hand in that. You played a role in that. Because you seen that child, you met that child, and you chose not to participate in that child's life. So, I don't know, just be aware, be calm, be considerate.
Be loving, honest.
Take care of your kids.
Take care of your kids.
Like, one more thing that I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Your kids will feel the love. As long as it's always genuine, you're going to be okay.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button.
Comment, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all.
Yes, sir. If you're listening, make sure you listen with somebody. Put them on, man.
I love you.
You know what I'm saying? We love y'all. For real, we love y'all. But make sure y'all, share this podcast with your friends, family, and we out.
Real.